Your first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis. 48's Umbrella a Week giveaway is sponsored by Mr. Rooter, your locally owned expert plumbers for over 34 years.
Now tracking the strongest thunderstorms right now east of Albertville. The severe thunderstorm warning canceled for Marshall County because the storm is now out of the county, but it's continuing to march through DeKalb County, this trailing area down to the south towards Gadsden. That's a pretty strong storm too. Overall, this has weakened since they issued the severe thunderstorm warning. I think we probably had a potential for a microburst, maybe two microbursts, downburst as well with this thunderstorm here. Again, these are the type of storms we deal with in the summer. At their maximum intensity, right beyond that, they begin to collapse, and it's in that collapsing phase you get those downburst winds that can reach 50 to 60 miles per hour. So again, this is approaching Fife. You're likely seeing a very dark lowering of the clouds here on the leading edge. There's very heavy rain, gusty winds along this line, and we're also dealing with frequent lightning there in Geraldine. Farther to the west, this activity here continues, but it's really weakening. This is at the point of the storm development that we likely see an end to it for the rest of the day. We will watch this area just off to the west, but even this thunderstorm here will likely weaken as it approaches Florence. Now, yesterday you had the storms very early in the day out in Florence and Russellville. Then you had the late night showers and storms that moved through. So we'll watch that. The main reason that happened last night was because the atmosphere recovered back into the mid 80s. 72 degrees overnight tonight. More humidity. You can just feel it the first thing when you step outside, and maybe even you've got glasses, they fog up because you go from the air conditioning into the very warm, muggy outdoors. 87 degrees tomorrow, very humid again, locally heavy rain. There will be frequent lightning and the potential for these downburst type winds as well. Over the weekend, periods of showers and storms, not much really changes. These storms fire up after the lunch hour, continue through about sunset, and we're looking at about an hour, hour and a half of inconvenience, we'll call it, to your outdoor plans. Now, one change will be tomorrow morning, potentially. We'll have to watch this. I'll have the latest on this coming up at 6 and then again at 10. The new model guidance will be out at 10, but it's been struggling. The models have been struggling with producing morning showers and storms all week long. I think this is more likely here as we go into the afternoon. I think we'll see a little bit more than what you see here, just because there's so many boundaries from the past 2 days of storms, but by 10 o'clock, things shut off again. Mowing forecast, best to get out there in the morning. Some cases the grass is still wet, especially if those areas picked up over an inch of rain the day before, and it's possible you could get an inch of rain in about 30 minutes with some of these storms because they have so much water to work with. Rain chances again 60% tomorrow, 50% Friday and Saturday, and then we slowly tail off, but each day on this 10-day forecast, there is a chance someone's going to see a shower or a thunderstorm out there. After we get beyond Friday and into the weekend, our temperatures get back up close to the low 90s, but you're really not going to notice much of a difference out there. The humidity just makes it oppressive out there, feels more like the mid 90s, and the overnight lows, really July and as we go into August, they pretty much stay right around 72 degrees, and that's because the dew point temperatures are in the low 70s, and that's where the temperatures overnight usually settle into. And then as we go into next week, not much changes here, and overall we'll watch the tropics down in the Gulf. There are some indications in about a week we may see some development down there. At least the Hurricane Center seems to think so. We'll have much more on your forecast coming up at 6.